It's T-Show here, and in today's video, I'm going to be explaining in detail the buffs and the nerfs that happen into the Legends tomorrow. But before we get into this video, go down below and hit the subscribe button. That's enough talking, let's get into today's video. Okay, let's get into the character that everybody wants to see, which is Lifeline. Combat Medic has now been replaced with the Combat Revive, which is what we saw in the trailer, which is absolutely crazy. And also her passives have now been taken away, so she has no more fast heal and she can no longer revive people with a shield, which I think is absolutely crazy. But to be fair, compared to the old Lifeline, if we were to weigh them up, they'll probably be exactly the same. Really, there's not much of a massive buff because she's lost fast heal in replace of she lost fast heal and the revive thing in replace of the combat revive. Don't get me wrong, the combat revive is really good, but if we really think about it, Lifeline hasn't really changed too much. But anyways, also her tactical is now 45 seconds cooldown instead of 60 seconds. That's alright, I guess. That's alright. Not much to say about that. But then her ultimate ability, which is a care package. Her care package now has 3 times more small healing items and also 2 times more attachments in it. The care package, really and truly, she should have a better ultimate than a care package, really. Because the care package, by the time you get the care package, you already have decent loot, so there's not really a need for the care package. If people that play Lifeline, they just place it because they just use it because they have it. And more time, when you use the care package, it alerts everyone to where you are. So Lifeline is pretty much the same. The combat revive, don't get it wrong, it's massive, it's big, but if you weigh it up, probably still the same. But now moving on to Revenant. Revenant's tactical will now cancel Pathfinder mid grapple, but I'm not too sure how he would be able to do that unless the ore's been changed or something, because I don't know how you're gonna hit a Pathfinder while he's in the sky. If you're able to do that, send me a clip on Twitter. If you can hit a Pathfinder out of the sky with the orb, send me a clip. I want to see that, but I don't think someone could do that. They probably could, but I don't know. If you can do that, send me a clip. I want to see. That'll be interesting to watch. But anyways, Wraith, you also can cancel Wraith phase walk whilst before she activates. Well, you understand what this means later on when I get into Wraith, because Wraith has a buff as well. So continue to watch and we'll get into Wraith's buff as well. This will make more sense. So Wraith's phase walk can now be cancelled mid phase, so that's crazy. Also, Revenant will now prevent Mirage cloak to revive, but this doesn't make too much sense, because does this mean that he can't revive people while cloaked, or if he's reviving someone, does the cloak come off? It's quite vague, but it's alright, it's alright. Also, the Revenant's orb will also prevent Mirage decoy control activation, and also it will also prevent Lifeline's combat revive, which is also vague as well, because if she already has it out, does it go back in, or do I have to throw it at the drone, or do I have to throw it at Lifeline for it to cancel? It's a bit vague. When we play tomorrow, we shall find out. This is really massive. Listen. Revenant's ultimate ability no longer has range. So this guy can cross the whole entire map and still be death protected. Jeez. So now Revenant is basically turned into a Caustic base. So now people gonna stop complaining about Caustic and now start complaining about Revenant, because Revenant with no range. Jeez, that's crazy. Because before, Revenant wasn't really too crazy, because if I see someone with death protection, I just run the other way. Because if they keep chasing me, they no longer have death protection and I'll just kill them. It was easy, but that's crazy though. But anyways, the next character on this buffs / nerf is Crypto. Crypto's tactical, when he's deploying the hack, so when he throws his drone, it takes 1 second less than it did before, which is pretty good because it took so long for me to get into the drone. It took so long. I was thinking, when do I get into my drone now? But that's pretty good, I like that. But also his ultimate ability now destroys Watson's pylons, which really and truly it should have in the first place, because Watson is completely electricity and an EMP takes out electricity, so I don't know why that wasn't implemented in the first place, but they finally done that. Now moving on to Loba, her tactical, the burglar's best friend will no longer be intercepted by Watson's interception pylon. So you can now throw it even when walking into the Watson's thing, which not really a massive buff, because you could do very rare. But her ultimate ability, the Black Market Boutique, which is an ultimate, will now only pick up 1 stack of ammo rather than 1 stack plus the amount that was required to fill whatever partial stack you had in the inventory. Her ultimate accelerants now give 20% ult charge, up from 17.5%. So now ultimate accelerants boost her even more. Now Mirage Mirage is tactical. You can now hold the tactical button and release to auto control decoys. So you know how you could, when you press the decoy button and then he just runs straight, now it automatically makes the decoy do whatever you do, but then you can unselect it. I'm pretty sure decoys will now say lines when shot, so I'm guessing when the decoy shot, the decoy instead will say bamboozled. To be fair, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure when I'd shoot the decoy I could figure out where the Mirage was, because I would hear the Mirage Cougar, but maybe it was the Mirage on my team, but I'm pretty sure I could hear where the Mirage was, but I'm not too sure. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. My apologies if I'm wrong, my bad, but I'm pretty sure I could hear where the Mirage was when he said bamboozle. But that's not it for Mirage. Mirage is passive when cloaked. Mirage's hollow emitters will be visible to players that are less than 5 meters away. So if they're less than 5 meters away, his hollow emitters will be visible. That's not really a big deal. The skydive will now create decoys for the entire squad when skydiving. So I'm guessing he can create 2 decoys of his whole squad when he's skydiving. I didn't say the specifics of how many decoys he'll have, but it's saying that he'll have decoys when he's skydiving, which is quite big. Okay, now Gibraltar. This is quite surprising. Gibraltar's fast heal granted inside the dome shield from 25%, 15%, 25%. So he's been nerfed. Did Gibraltar really need a nerf? His gun shield did, but I wouldn't say his healing did. But that's fair enough. Now what? Nearly every single person has been complaining about Caustic. But let's get into Caustic form. Enemies can cancel Caustic's barrel by shooting it before it is fully inflated. So if he throws into your build, you can quickly shoot it and cancel it. That's quite big. A lot of people will be happy about that. But that doesn't really nerf him because he'll still be powerful, because they'll still catch you off guard sometimes. But they're trying. You can't hate on them too much. You can't hate on the devs too much. They're trying. Now onto Watson. Watson's pylons now last for 90 seconds. So they can't just stay there forever. So Watson's got a nerf now. Watson's pylons now last for 90 seconds. Watson could now have up to 3 pylons out at a time. Watson can stack 2 ultimate accelerants per inventory slot. Oh crap, so you can carry 2. So you carry more ultimate accelerants now. That's quite big. Okay, now moving on to Wraith. So a lot of people have complaining about Wraith's phase walk and how they feel it's a get out of jail free card, which I personally don't think so, because I would still kill Wraiths before they can pop their phase walk. But maybe other people will complain about this. I don't really care too much about it. But yeah, people have been complaining, so the devs have took upon themselves to change it. So Wraith's phase walk now takes 1.25 seconds to enable, which is 3 times longer than before. That's actually crazy. Now it takes longer for her to go into phase walk. Did that need to happen? Not really, because it already took too long enough to get into the phase. I feel like it was more than 0.4 seconds though, because I'm pretty sure that every time I use Wraith, it takes so long. I'm not too sure if it's 0.4 seconds. It was 0.4 seconds, but now it's even gonna be longer, which is crazy. So while she's activating the phase walk, she moves 20% slower. This does not affect phase walk while placing a phase portal. Oh, so when she's activating the phase walk, she'll move 20% slower, but when she's in the portal mode, the 20% slower has now been taken off. That won't be there. While in phase walk, Wraith now gets a 30% move speed boost. So Wraith will now move 30% faster when in the phase walk, which is pretty good. It's pretty good, that's alright. But while in phase walk, Wraith can now see other players while in the void. This is crazy, because before, if you use the phase, you'll usually run into an enemy. But now, this is big. Now when you're in the void, you're not taking damage and you can see where people are. That's massive. Phase walk now lasts from 3 seconds to 4 seconds now, which is huge. Phase walk cooldown is now down to 25 from 35 seconds. That's pretty good. They've brought down the cooldown time, which I think is very, very fair. I like that actually. But although I don't like how it takes 1.25 seconds to phase walk, to get into the phase walk. That's quite annoying. I feel like a lot of people be angry about that. But the phase tunnel is decreased distance from portal placement by 25%. So now your portals will be 25% shorter, which is, to be fair, you could go quite far distance with the portal anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So if you made it to the end of this video, make sure you subscribe, and if you enjoyed, that's if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you didn't like, give it a dislike. And tell me in the comments why you disliked, so I can find out who disliked my videos.